how many would like to do an underpainting? I'm just wondering whether we should.
Yeah, because it doesn't
Okay.
look finished.
Okay, if you're going to do an underpainting here, I'm going to give you the suggestion. You need a lot of white on your. I'm going to shut my face off here. You're going to put some white paint, more white paint. Oh,
Where is my?
so you're going to take just a little bit of your white paint. You're going to put it. You don't need a whole lot, but you're going to put some on here, and you can put more because you might be using it with your red or whatever color you want to do the tulips in. Okay, so there's the white. Then if you take your
The more I
blue,
don't, the more it's too.
I mean, I use
The
blue.
more I cannot hear.
Where's my blue? Okay, you can take your blue and you put just a dab. I mean, you don't need a whole lot at all. Oops, oh, my finger's already red. My finger dirty already. That's why you need paper towel. Suggest you have paper towel. If you have gloves, it would advise you have gloves unless you don't care and you're going to just wash your hands later.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to take a dab, just a dab of blue. It's quite dark. This is ultramarine I have, but I don't know what color blue you have in your package, but okay, so you got the blue, you got your two colors for the background. And your biggest brush, I hope you have a big brush, just, I'll show you here, just a little bit, I'll do it on my, just dab a little bit, take the white, put the white in the middle here, and just smear it so it's like cream. Now, with the other side of the brush, just take just a dab of blue and start mixing to the color that you want. See, this is very light. If you want a little bit more, you put a little more dab of blue onto your white until you get a color that it's not sort of imposing on what you're going to paint on top of it. Now, my paint seems to be dry, but I'm only going to put just a dab of water, just a dab. Otherwise, we get a, okay, I got white now in here. Okay. Now I'm going to go over my, I underpainted one, but I'm just going to go right over it because you can have different shades of sky anyway. So this is too light. I'm going to have a little bit more blue in here. And if you don't put a whole lot of water in your, it'll dry faster, that's all. I worry about, this is the trouble with doing it this way. We don't give it time to dry. You see, mine is just too, it's not smooth enough. Anyway, you're going to cover, but as I said, it doesn't have to be even because the sky is not even and I don't like that blue.
Тепер не скинеш, а на тому малюю, що це пройде наскрізь.
This is called an underpainting because you're painting underneath, and see, I have blue already, so I'm just going to be part of it. Just keep brushing it till it could be, see, uneven. You can try to make a cloud if you want, but you don't have to. Anyway, so do it all the way to the end, sort of lighter at the bottom, because that's where you're going to put your image. It's still too wet, too dry. Just so that your canvas isn't totally white. And it's harder, you can do it afterward, but it's harder to go around you know, an item like a tulip or whatever, it's harder to go around and make it look natural. So that's why I tend to do an underpainting before you start. And to know that it's dry, you could just put your back of your hand on it to see if it's dry. If you didn't
So
put
we
your whole
do the
body-
whole canvas?
I would do the whole canvas because you're going to be
Okay.
putting color on it after anyway.
Okay.
You're going to be doing the bottom. I mean, you'll be doing about half, well, not quite half the page, but half the page to 3/4 of the page. You're going to do your tulips. I got a brighter light. I'm going to put a brighter light here. Okay. Put gloves on.
Just a quick mention that if anyone has any questions, I did mute some people because there was background noise. So if you want to say something, be sure to unmute yourselves.
Well, just put your hand up and then we know that you want to say something.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to put my gloves on so it's hard, not hard. Okay. And if you've done that, while you're waiting to dry a little bit, sort of decide what you would like to paint. If you want to do the one we're doing the tulips, then we can look at that. I like to give you options because, you know, maybe you don't want to do that. All those tulips, maybe you want to do just the ones that with the coloration. Or just 2 tulips or 3 tulips, like this one here. So you could do that. And if you didn't do a whole service, what you can do on your palette, I call this the palette, you can wipe out with a paper towel the blue that you had, so you have a clean surface to do other colors. Hope you have a mister. Always a mister is great to keep your paints moistened. If you can find a pencil, then we can sort of look at this and start sketching. Now, as I said, they don't have to be exact. Tulips are different. If you make a mistake, just embellish it. If you think you make a mistake, I mean, there's really no mistakes. See, mine is still not completely dry. I have a hair dryer, I guess. Be handy.
Or maybe even waving it around.
Yeah, go like this.
Be sure not to hit your face. You're going to get paint on your face.
Okay.
I'll be back in 5 minutes. I just have to go pick something up. Someone's delivering a
Okay.
donation. Thank you.
I'm going to look at my tallest one, just to sort of make a mark where I want my tallest painting. It's a good idea also when you're composing a piece that you never stick something straight smack in the middle. They suggest either going lower or higher. So if you vary it, then at least everything's not in line in the same sort of, you know, in line in the same plane. That's what I'm trying to say. So if I'm going to do the tallest ones are going to be up here. So then I can maybe even start there. And just lightly. Now you won't see mine unless I do it darker. I'm going to just sketch. I don't know if you can see this. I'll do it darker. Do it darker so you can see it. And they're sort of oval. If you look at them, they're oval shaped. everything that you draw or paint, if you can look at it as a shape to start with, and that'll help guide you to making it more realistic. Okay, so I've got my top one, and I'm going to put a line down here. It suggests, so it's not open yet. Okay, that's mine isn't sort of totally. We can always go over it. This is just a sketch. While we're painting, we're going to cover some of this area too. Okay, now we're going to try a different shape. It looks more like a rose than a tulip. Okay. I don't know if you can see my sketch at all. Okay, well, that one doesn't, there's another one in front of it and it's bigger. So I'm going to do a bigger one. And it's sort of bigger here. Oops. I'm gonna do this. I can rub it out.
You're watching her. No, I'm gonna have to get a pencil.
While you're sketching, if you are able to talk and do two things at the same time, I'm planning for next month, and I would just wanted to know what medium you people like to do, so that I can, sort of plan looking at that. I thought I'd try to vary things. So if you like painting, we could have like a painting lesson.
Yes.
If you can give me some feedback, I would love to know, and then I could sort of plan that way.
Okay.
Olga, could we possibly do another one with the watercolor pencils?
Yes, I was thinking, this is what I was hoping, this is sort of my plan. I just about finalizing it, to have a landscape painting. Now the landscape could be in anything. And so we could have a landscape painting. Let's see what else. And then I thought we could have, I have this idea with using watercolor pencils for designing bottles. It's quite interesting. And then I wanted to take the same pairs if you want, it doesn't have to be, but using pairs as your image, and do it in an abstract way with markers. This is my thinking.
Yeah.
And another one I was thinking of doing is, if we did the landscape painting, the following week would do something called collaging just parts of it. Collaging things that, and collage is great. I mean, there's so many ways of doing collage, but this one I was thinking just partially collaging your original painting, or collage a whole new landscape painting just using torn paper, basically. So that's sort of my thinking. Now, if you have other ideas or would like me to think of something else, then say so.
I'd sort of like us to keep building. Like,
Building on,
well, oh yes, like, sorry, yes, sorry, thank you. Like, if we learn a skill, like for example, you showed us sky and cloud.
Yeah.
Then after that, to build so that you can paint a creative picture, then things like, you know, perspective or the ground, how you do the ground, you know, or if you put an object in like the trees in the scene, how you do that. So you're building your skill set.
okay, well,
It's sort of
okay, that's-
evolution, like an evolution of learning.
well, I was thinking that with the landscape, if we did acrylic painting, but the landscape this time would not be necessarily flowers. In a landscape, we could have a building in the distance, or we could have trees in the distance.
And then
So that could-
yeah.
so that could be built on, and then, and as I said, the following week, using the same painting, just to embellish it, to try to use collage to sort of set it off, because collage is really great because it produces, well, it's almost like abstract. You're basically, your ground is not necessarily all solid, depending on which piece of paper that you stick onto it. As I said, you don't have to, but I think it makes an interesting picture. So those two, I thought that we could try, and then just trying to vary it so people who don't like painting as well, to try to meet everybody's needs or wishes. And I like to push you into a different medium. And so we could, this is called, the one I was just saying with collage, is mixed media, where you're painting and you're collaging on the same piece. Do you like that idea?
Sorry, when you collage, what do you use? Like, what's the
Well, this
collage?
is it. We use, I would prepare some things for Melanie, but if you could collect magazines you've got that you're willing to tear apart,
Okay.
even newspaper. I mean, people collage with newspaper, but using just, well, you can use a newspaper and take the colored part, if you do get the paper, colored part in your newspaper, flyers, anything that has some color, because you're not going to be taking the whole image of the piece that you're tearing out. You're going to be looking for color to put in your painting. That's my thinking. I thought it might be interesting. I like to stretch your minds and your your skills. And we could look at all of this and say, okay, I like doing this, but I don't like doing this. You know, everything takes practice. That's the whole thing.
Sounds good.
So does that sort of appeal to you, what I just suggested?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're touching on both, like painting, trying a little collage, and collage is hard. I wish we were in person, because we could share all kinds of material.
Oh, yeah.
This way it's kind of hard to, well, we don't have to use as much color. As I said, I'll tear up, but I've got magazines. I'll give packages of like cool colors and warm colors, so that you can decide on how you want to design your painting.
What else I might have from Mama's place?
But I
So
also
look
feel like
at-
at homes, right, we have a lot of magazines that we keep that we don't want to throw out,
Yeah.
but we don't want to use either. So we
Well,
could,
you know, there are
cut those up.
lessons about certain things.
I mean, people use tissue paper as well, but that's solid. My idea is to not use just some solid, but not to use solid paper colors, because this way it gives texture to your painting. Anyway, we'll give it a shot, okay? This is all new. And once we've explored some different areas, we could start looking to see how we can use them in other things too.
Olga, this is Irene. Can you use gift wrap?
Yes, you can use, that's perfect. Gift wrap. You know what else? Napkins. If you've got napkins at home, because napkins have print and color, and some textures, you could cut out pieces from it. Anything that you can, try not to have too thick of pieces of paper, because then it's harder to glue onto a piece. So that's the difference, because I mean, everything can be glued on. I mean, people glue fabric on canvases as well. So you could glue any kind of thing, but then you need stronger glue. And then you'd have to seal it afterwards because it gets, well, it's textural, but it is art. So I mean, as I said, you can use mostly anything. But if we use just paper, and as I said, I've got all kinds of tissue paper, and you might have tissue paper, wrapping paper, napkins, magazines. Anyway, and I've got magazines, so we can work with that. That'll be the second week. We'll do it. First week, we'll do a landscape. Does anyone like abstract art, like really abstract art, non-objective?
Not particularly. I like the colors sometimes, but I'm much more impressionist and
Yeah. Okay, because I know I never, well, it's something that's hard to understand totally, especially if you see it in a gallery, you think, well, where did this artist come up with this idea? It's a bunch of, blobs and he's paying millions of dollars. Well, I think you have to make a name for yourself before you get to that stage, but anyway. But there is construction, there's composition in abstract art as well. But it's actually it's sort of feelings, it's colors that you're attracted to. Sometimes you don't even know why you like something, like even color. Because I was thinking of exploring something else with you with sort of abstracted, but I might give you that paper and I'll explain it and you can try it. It's called
Yeah,
Yupo.
abstract is good. It's good to explore everything.
Well, there's a thing, I don't know if anyone has heard of something called Yupo paper. Yupo paper is basically plasticized paper. I use it for doing my alcohol inks, which I like to paint, and I would never expose that to you because you really need, first of all, it's expensive. The other thing is you need ventilation, because if you think it's very concentrated alcohol in these little color vials. So I wouldn't do that, but you can use this Yupo paper with acrylics. I did a painting, a big painting. You can see what it is, but it's harder to control. And that's what's so nice about it, because it flows. So you may think, oh God, it's just messy. But if you look at it, then you can go over it. This is where multimedia comes in. You can go over it with a marker, or people use ink, and you can go over and outline certain areas to design your picture. So there's other ways to work around something that is just color. Here I'm ranting. Sorry.
no, it's educational. Thank you.
Like I never knew, I mean, I never ever heard of alcohol inks before. So I learned this one artist she used to do lessons in Florida. Every summer she'd go, or every winter she'd go down to Florida, and she took a class with alcohol inks. So she brought it back. See, I paint when it's open, Nielsen Park. Anyway, she did a class and I joined the class, and I like, because it's a challenge for me to learn how to control it, because if you want just color, then yeah, that's fine, because it just blobs and it flows and you can choose your colors. But if you want to control it, it's a little harder. And that's where my exploration is, how to control it into something that is abstracted, but you can recognize, like a landscape or a flower or a person. Art is in the eyes of the beholder. I mean, if you like it, you can like it. Not everybody else doesn't have to like it. And just look around at graffiti is considered art. And there's some graffiti that's terrific. And some, I mean, okay. So by this time, you probably have your underpainting is dry.
Yep.
And try to see if you can vary your shapes. I'm trying to see if I can. My shapes, my tulips all don't look the same. Try to make some larger. Maybe this one could be larger. I don't like this one. It doesn't rub off very well. I just might make mine open up a little bit. We're going to look at that colored one. Just open up one of these tulips. Okay. And then you got your grasses, your stems, not your grasses, your leaves, and you got your stems. They do not have to be exact at all. They're good fillers. If you want to fill up some space. I hope you are all enjoying these classes.
Yes.
I hope.
Yes, I'm really enjoying the classes, Olga, and I'm looking at everything quite differently now. I look at the sky and the clouds, and I see everything a lot more, I don't know, in detail, I guess, or.
Isn't it funny how it sort of exposes you to different things to look differently, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
You'll never look at a cloud again without thinking of. I know Anna Denkova said after we had the cloud lesson in person, and she said after that, she said I couldn't look at another cloud without thinking about that and looking at the shape of it. And that's why when you're lying on your back, sometimes you know kids lie on their back and they see images in the clouds.
Yes.
Or whatever. You know, this Zoom, I mean, it's very hard. It was in person, I could see what's happening, what people need some suggestions but it's hard when I can't see and I don't want to frustrate anyone. And you know what, we're all learning. And, you know, there's really, as I said, there's no real mistakes. Some of these mistakes are the best paintings. You don't know what the artist was thinking and planning. Just think of Pissanke. When you make a blob, you can embellish it and design something else in there. So it's only you know that it's a mistake. No one else has to know. Well, I sort of have my sketch. Now I'm going to look and see what colors, you can decide what colors you want for your tulips. They do not have to be pink or red. You could decide all the same color. You can have each a different color. It'd be nice to maybe if you did groupings, but you can decide how you want to color your tulips. or paint your tulips actually. Okay. I don't know what I want. Do I want bright red colors? And again, the way we were looking at with watercolor pencils, and you see that reference with this here tulip, look for your highlights. I mean, you can put highlights in later with white or yellow, but sometimes it's easier if you sometimes just start with a darker color and then, or you can build up. You can actually start with lighter and then build up darker and darker. But save some of your light. You see how, because it makes your flower three-dimensional. That's, you're thinking about it anyway.
Where is the light on that one?
Pardon? The lights? You
The
see
light
the lights
on
there?
that two tulips. Where is the light actually? Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean, okay, yeah, this is where the
So the
tips
sun
are.
or
Yeah, the lights, or sometimes it's just the coloration of the tulip, you know?
okay.
It doesn't have to be light, but
No,
sometimes.
no,
the
no.
tulip-
So you
Yeah.
know what part to lighten.
Yeah, you look at this and you see, okay. And I just said, you could do it after. You could paint and it has to dry a little bit and you can go over it in a lighter color than you have underneath it. So it's not lost if you lose the lighter color, the lighter shade.
Okay.
Okay, let's see how I can do this too. Okay. It's really nice to see these tulips coming out now. They cheer you up. Certainly been cheerful until the snow.
Anticipation of our class, I actually brought a tulip in from the garden.
Oh, great. What color?
It's sort of it's a red, a soft red, and in its interior has got yellow in it. And as it opens, you see the yellow. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's one of the first.
Can you show it, or is it hard to show?
Hard. It's in the other room right now.
Okay.
Upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. Upstairs, but yeah. But otherwise, I would.
That's okay. No, I just thought if it was handy. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get my colors as well. Let's see. You know, if you want to be adventuresome, you can paint a purple tulip, or you can vary the colors. There's no right or wrong. Nature is wonderful. It just experiments. Now, this is where you can take your smaller brush. It's nice to have a big brush to do the background, but a smaller brush maybe for a little detail. But just don't get too small, because then you get fiddly before you need to, because you want to cover bigger areas first anyway. So your sketch is only just a guide. You do not have to follow each line. If you go over the line, don't worry. You can have different tips on your tulips as well. Sometimes they have yellow tips or. But if you want something to stand out, you have to make it either lighter or darker. So if you color it all solid, you would have to, well, you could do it solid and then have to go over certain areas to make it three-dimensional. Once you put your color on, you can also, remember last time we were talking about how you can put shading, you do the complementary color. So the same thing goes here too. So if you had red, for example, I have a red flower. I look at my, where's this, the wrong side. I want to find a complementary color and it's green. So if you mix a little green into your red, I'm going to try to do that to show you. Mind you, remember there's different kinds of green too. So, God, I can't open them. Oh, darn it.
Where can you actually buy those color wheels? They don't have it in Michael's.
You can get it, I think you can get it at Michael's, you can get it at any art store.
No, I looked at Michael's. They don't.
Oh,
They don't
really?
even have it on their list.
Oh,
It's called a different name.
What is it called?
Not called color
Them right
wheels.
there.
I saw them
Right here? No, no, no,
at
no.
Michael's.
Pepper. Away from the blue.
you can, well, if you type it in, maybe they'll pop out. I don't know.
No, I typed color wheel.
It's in white.
Doesn't,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
searched for it.
I don't know. I mean, most arts, you could try curries.
Oh, yeah, they're very good.
Curries, I wonder if even if Amazon would have it. Amazon has everything.
Oh,
I don't know.
Mix it more, I think.
I want to show you the tulips that I just picked from the backyard. I don't know if you
Oh,
can see them.
wow.
There's-
Aren't they beautiful?
They all just sort of opened up.
So
They're all open, right?
Thought I'd get them before everything freezes.
I would do the top one first, right?
Oh, that's beautiful. I love them. So you actually could even open one up if you're drawing here. If you wanted to open one of your tulips up, you can, especially the top ones if you want. Use your artistic license. You could do whatever you want as an artist in your painting. See, now I mixed some green with the red. Now, if I wanted to shade an area, I'm just going to, I can do that too, just to, let me see if I could show you here. See how I'm going over my red with a mixture of red and green
Pardon?
to shade a certain area. If you can see that,
There's some on the knife right here.
but just a little bit.
And see here, she mixed with, oh wait, did I turn it off? Just a minute.
I would suggest you have either a sponge or a paper towel just to, if you have too much water on your brush, then you don't want, it gets just too much. You're trying to get sort of a creamy texture in your paint in order to cover on the canvas. If you want it more solid. Let's see if I can put some yellow. First I'll paint the whole thing, and then I'm gonna the idea is that you don't really need to use black. I mean, there is a place for black, but sometimes black just deadens the color.
Does that look like a tulip?
You can have streaks in your tulips as well. You know how tulips have sometimes streaks in them? Make up your tulips. Okay. It's too much. Is Melanie there? She can,
Yes, yes, I'm
sing
here.
to us. You can sing to us, Melanie.
Let me see what I can do. I can find some music.
No, I'm just teasing you.
A Wimba Wimba.
And then vaccination.
I could sing that song. In the
That's it.
jungle.
These are the different things.
I'm wondering if I could find some.
You can sing Dancing Queen or something, you know?
My
Yeah,
favorite.
I mentioned somewhere.
When I used to study, I used to have the orchestral version of the ABBA songs
Yeah,
playing. So I'm gonna
I've
see if
been
I could
thinking
find
about
that.
what-
It's quite
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, the ABBA songs are.
Do you have
uplifting.
Spotify? Melanie, do you have Spotify on your phone?
I do, yes. I'm just. Are you wondering about how I could connect it to the meeting here?
No, I'm just asking, just.
In general. You're checking how hip and cool I am.
Oh, cool you are. You're cool.
That's what I tell myself every time I wake up in the morning. I look in the mirror. You're cool.
That's because you're young.
Exactly. Like I haven't matured out of not worrying about it anymore. No, I think I have. I used to be worse when I was a teenager, but now I'm a confident young adult. consciously aware of the areas I still have to grow and learn in. But let's see if I could connect this ABBA.
Where's my Sienna? This here. Okay, ready. Deep.
So I'm going to share the computer audio and see if that works.
Aha.
Let me know if it's too loud.
Success.
We can sing along because it's just music.
Yeah, just the orchestral. So this is from the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra.
Ah, very nice.
They're from London, London town. Just one, I can hear a bell ring.
Are you there, Melanie?
Yes, hello.
Melanie?
Yes. Hi.
We need some wine with the art.
Wine, and maybe we could
Oh,
even
now we're
use our
talking.
wine on our painting. A nice deep red or purple. Take a sip, put some on your canvas.
This is a nice way of spending an afternoon.
I agree. If anyone feels bold enough to try to guess the name of the song they're playing, because this is just a 15-minute long playlist they have.
My.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
There we go. Nice. 10 points for the art squad.
Oops. Did that wrong. Where's my glasses? Where my glasses are. Where's my glasses? Are there any questions out there? How are we doing?
How did the birthday go for your granddaughter?
Oh, it's not for a few more days.
Oh,
25th.
Any guesses for this song?
I can't hear it.
Oh, Star Wars.
No, they're all ABBA songs for sure.
Sounds like Star Wars.
Thank you for the music. No, I don't think so.
Nope.
What's the name of the game?
What's the name of the game? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They sound similar, but they have a different vibe, so it's harder to guess. It's tricky.
I was hoping to get a picture of the eye.
This one's a bit more popular. Maybe you know this one.
Hmm.
Let's take a chance on me.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Good job.
That's
As soon
20
as you
points. 20 points.
20 points. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, as soon as you say it, it all clicks.
It all clicks as soon as it's said.
We can go dancing. I like the music video for this one too. They're in the studio and they're giving each other looks. They're like focusing on singing, but you know, always one eye on the others.
Oh.
This one was guessed earlier, someone said it.
Thank you for the memory.
The music.
Yes, there we go. 30 points.
Wow.
Imagine getting into medical school. How would that completely transform your life? We have helped.
I just had to skip the ad there.
You notice that once you put a color, you can always go over it with a darker color or a lighter color, depending on how much you want to blend it or not. Okay, I'm going to finish painting all my red.
Time of my life.
Yeah.
That's the lyric, yeah, but keep it going.
That's all I can. Someone has to take.
Having the time of your life. Is that one? That was Dancing Queen. Yeah. But now it changed quickly into another song. Let's see if we can get it.
Fernando.
Ding, ding, ding.
Wow. Someone's good.
No, we said, what time?
Well, it's 1:45 to 2:45.
Okay, well, let me just, what? Fatter? Wider?
Too long.
Okay, I'll make it fatter.
Knowing me, knowing you.
Yeah.
Does anyone know this song? It's a bit of the more obscure ABBA songs.
No. Doesn't.
It's Eagle. So it was one of their more like rock songs, a bit psychedelic. Yeah. It's cool.
So how's it going, guys?
I think the fact that we have 5 or 7 to paint gives us an opportunity to keep improving. Each one looks a little better.
That's right. And there's no mistake. You can make it fatter, if you can make it skinnier if you didn't like it.
Exactly. You know, it's sort of.
You start fiddling. I start fiddling with them, and you have to go on to something else and come back. Anybody see the movie, the ABBA movie?
Yeah, both of them.
Interesting how they could put those words and make a story out of it.
Yeah.
And we saw the live one too at the Royal Albert. Oh, it was amazing.
I think they're planning on making a third movie too.
Really? Oh my gosh.
They're trying to see which songs they haven't covered yet and maybe repeat a few of the others. What's the title of this one?
Oh.
Money, money.
Money, money. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't paint.
Think what it.
Hello, Melanie and Olga.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna have to say goodbye because we have an appointment, but let me share
Okay,
my work in progress.
great.
I'm finding it's less forgiving with acrylics than it is with the watercolor pencils.
Yeah.
I love yours, Olga. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So it does inspire me to add more color, I think.
Like, vary the colors if you can look at them and vary them to make some lighter, some. I was thinking of making a really stand up, make a purple one sticking out completely different from the rest, but you know, do whatever. But that's a great, you know what, it's practice. I don't know how much painting, acrylic painting you've done, but it's great.
Zero.
Well, okay, well,
The
then
last one was the first time I've used acrylics, basically.
pat yourself on the back because you did a great job.
Yeah, it was fun, and I'm gonna continue
Oh, good.
this week. Okay, well, bye. We'll see you next
Bye-bye.
week.
Nice to
See you
meet
next week.
Bye.
Have a safe week.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too. How's our time anyway? I don't even know what time it is.
No, don't even know.
It is 2:25.
Oh my gosh, the time just flew.
Yeah, time flies.
When you're having fun, eh? Well, it's quite meditative, isn't it? You sort of yourself.
Especially with some ABBA music. I know this orchestra also has a Queen playlist, so we could give that one a try next time.
Oh, sure.
It's good.
Sometimes it's hard to talk and paint.
Yeah,
when you're
that's true.
concentrated.
You could always tell me to shush.
Oh, no.
No.
You guys are the DJs. I just click the buttons for you.
Now, see, you can do your solid color of the leaves, and then you can go over them with lighter, darker green, or what's the complement of green? I'm just gonna see, where's my green here? Okay, what is the green and purple? Purple is the shade that you would put on green if you wanted to shade it down. Let's see if I have any purple. I don't know. Purple. Where's my crimson? I don't know where it is. It's too dark. Like that. Don't like that one. How are we doing?
Okay.
Okay, we're
Love to see your pieces.
yes, we'll have to put some finishing touchings on and then check it out.
Sometimes you have to stop and step back and take a look before because you start fiddling. And you keep thinking, oh, I'll correct this and I'll correct that. And then you have to correct something else. So let it sit back and then you can always go back into it. That's the one thing about acrylics. You can always go into it.
Should we do that part now, the stepping back and looking at the picture and sharing? Because I know we are a bit overtime. So I don't know if people have to go places, but let's see what we got.
Yep. Wow. Hey, that looks good.
Very nice. Oh,
Hey,
and we also
good
have a
job,
yellow
Gabriel.
flower.
Wow, I like that. That makes it interesting. Something else in the middle. Great.
Spotlight.
Oh, nice, nice sketch. Wow.
Wait, what
like
am I
that.
doing here? If everyone puts in gallery view, you'll be able to see each other's.
Where's gallery? Up at the top?
Yeah, up at the top. You change your
Wow.
view.
Nice.
Very cool. Ludi,
Great.
Marlene. We see Daria holding up Olga's.
I can't see the gallery, where in the heck it is.
Joan.
If you click where the view is, oh, this is Joan's. Lovely.
Wow, nice. Carmelita. There's
Helen
Irene.
Helen
No.
did the
The still life.
Oh, I like
The
that one.
peppers.
tulips last
No.
week.
Can't see that.
Nice job, Marlene. Is that painting?
That
That's
was
paint.
Watercolor. I mean, pencil crayons.
This one is acrylic.
Okay, lovely job. Wow.
Wow.
I was hoping to do that next week. We'll do it with pastels.
Yeah, it'll be nice to try the
That's
pastels.
mine. I'm still working.
Nice.
Ooh.
Who did the peppers? Did you do that too?
That was Helen.
My mom's Helen.
Oh, very nice, Helen.
My tulips are around
Yeah, she's got good shading.
Great job.
Lovely,
Hi,
lovely,
Olga.
lovely.
I like yours, Olga.
I think Olga ran away, so here I can
I
ask
know
to
she ran
unmute.
away.
My mom liked doing this class.
Oh, great.
Thank you. Thank you. She did. This is what she did.
I think she did a great job.
She
Good
did
job.
fantastic. So thank you.
It's wonderful.
She's having something to eat now.
Oh, good.
There's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of concentration.
And look at how good her sketch was. Her sketch was better than her painting, but I wasn't going to tell her that.
Wow.
I don't know if you can see. No, you can't see. But
I can see
she did a fabulous sketch.
Very, very nice. Well, you can do watercolor pencils with that too, you know. Just go over
Honestly, I think this is the thing she enjoys most during the week.
the watercolor pencils.
No, your class.
Oh.
Olga's
Well,
being
thank you.
humble. She's like, oh, Olga likes the pencil crowns, not me.
Your class.
Well, thank you. It's lovely to see her. I used to see her in person.
In the apartments.
Where's
It's our
June?
highlight too, Olga. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Where's June?
Are you doing?
I can't come up. I don't
When
know.
again?
I
With
don't know
June,
what
I
I
think
did.
your back camera is on. So June, if you see a switch
Yeah, I
camera
see
button
her.
We don't have a date.
on
At
the
the
sides
top.
of your
I have to
screen,
flip it.
Side.
yeah, it's a camera button with arrows.
Okay.
There we go. There's
There
your
you
face.
are. Oh, great.
Let's see that painting. Lovely.
Okay.
Great job. Just vary the colors a little bit just to make it stand out. Just vary with a different color.
Yeah,
Little
everyone feel
yellow or-
free to like touch it up, right?
Yeah. And Gabriel, who's am I looking at? Sketch? Tanya, is it?
Yes, that's Tanya's sketch.
Tanya, great. Are you going to paint it?
Oh, she's got a lot of stuff at home.
I know she hears me.
I know they're muted, but I hope she paints it. It's gonna
Great
look great,
job.
just like Gabriel's.
Well, is Joan there, Marlene, or just your mom, Ellen?
Yeah. Joan is here. Yep.
Hi, Joan.
Hi.
Where's your work? Let's see your, wow. Great. You're going to finish off the leaves still, yeah.
My tulips.
We did the other day.
Well, I hope you felt a little bit springy today, even though we're cold out there.
Or last.
Yeah.
Anyway, next week we're doing soft pastels. So that's going to be an experiment. We'll try something different too.
Wasn't that the pencils?
Has anyone ever done soft pastels?
They look all the same color.
You can always go back over it.
Well, we're going to give it a shot. We'll see how it works out.
And then maybe we'll be able to start off with the Queen playlist. We almost went through the ABBA one. I could include it in an email if you wanted to see. I also found a color wheel from Curry's. So I emailed it to everyone if you're interested in buying a color wheel like Olga has.
Does Amazon have color wheels? I should check.
I was looking at
Amazon.
Curry's. I didn't look at.
Just curious if Amazon has one. I was trying to touch up, see if I could put some clouds in there, but messed it up there. So you can always put clouds.
Oh yeah, I found them on Amazon too. So they're called color wheel guides.
And how much are they?
I found one
Cheaper?
for $22 on Curry's. I found one for $7.
Yeah, they're
but
small. You can get smaller
Amazon,
ones.
they also have $9 on Amazon, different sizes.
Okay. They're just handy to see what the complements are. I mean, you can make your own actually, but it's a lot of work. But it tells you what colors you can add. Where am I here? It tells you what colors you can add to get certain colors as well, which is helpful. See? See, if you add white to red, orange, you get pink or whatever it's colored. Add blue to red, you get purple. Anyway, that's the color wheel.
So I guess we'll end it off here for this week since we're pretty much done. Everyone could just finish adding details to their tulips.
Thank you, everyone. That was fun.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
So we hope you have a lovely week, and a reminder that we have armchair travel this upcoming Monday. We're going to Vietnam, and tomorrow there's yoga at 11.
What
and
time is that? The armchair travel.
Oh, armchair is from 1 to 2 p.m. on Mondays.
Oh, so we just sign up on the same,
It's the same, yeah, general link.
Okay, that's
And
good.
tomorrow is yoga for stress and anxiety and line dancing. So yoga's at 11 a.m. and line dancing is at 1:15 with a general link. Yes. And then soon the May calendar is coming out. We can't believe April's almost over.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we're planning some more good stuff for you all.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, have a fantastic week, everyone. And we'll see you
Bye, everyone.
This is
in
not
different
the link
places.
for the dancing and the exercise, right?
Pardon?
This is just the art link, right? The other one is
Correct.
the general one. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Thanks so much.
Okay,
It was a
see
great-
ya.
Bye, guys.
Nice to
Bye.
see everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
God, God bless you all.
How do
You
we
too.
get
You
out?
too, you too.
Stay safe. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Olga, so I'll just FaceTime you. I'll end the meeting here for all,
Okay.
just in case you're having issues getting out.
You want to talk on the iPad, or I'll shut my phone off?
If I were to call your iPad, which email is that? Is that 26 or is
Yeah,
it
Pergola.
Pergola?
Yeah.
Pergola?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll call that one. Actually,
You're on it right now.
yeah,
Or do you want to stay on it? Do you want to call me on my?
I put Ludi in the waiting room. That way we don't make noise on her iPad in her room.
You mean, I'm sorry, you're gonna do